we've got Trevor Hopkins there on the second row, just in the red and white RS200. So British interest on Trevor Hopkins, Irish interest with Kenny Mckinstry as the flags go to green. Hopkins coming through, come on Trevor, force your way through. The brakes go on first on Trevor Hopkins's car. He's missing, they're 6R4 straight the way through the gravel trap, all the way around the outside. Kenny Mckinstry says thanks very much, chum, and jumps inside.
McKinstry in 4th place at the moment. Meanwhile, Hopkins there, still behind Pekka Rantanen, looking for a way through, but it isn't, and so it's Finland leads, Great Britain second. Who's in 3rd place? Let's just see if we can pick them up. Meanwhile, we're back with the leader.
And of course this leadership contest is also the points contest, because Britain and Finland are well away. Pekka Rantanen knows he must beat the RS200 behind him to keep another point gained advantage for Finland. 35 behind Trevor is the fleet car of Anders Carlsson, the Quattro.
And as they complete the first lap there, Carlsson trying to get past Trevor Hopkins. Oh, and Hopkins there losing it, going straight over the chicane. The curves there at the chicane after the finish.
Let me tell you, Bill, that the curves are very, very large lumps of concrete indeed, and to jump them ain't no fun.
And Andrew Nerby in the Metro has managed to get back in front of Kenny Mckinstry, but I think he went. I saw him there at the back of the circuit.
We've got Hopkins still tracking Pekka Rantanen. The Audi four-wheel drive from Germany, number 52, driven by Peter Röhrig, is off. He was looking good in practice, but not so good now. And still Kenny Mckinstry from Ireland manages to play an absolute blinder, keeping away the ultimate, much more powerful Metro 6R4 with his normally aspirated, although four-wheel drive, self-built Ford Escort. The Metro 6R4 is trying everything to get past, but he won't do it there.
Well, you may have noticed there that we have in fact lost Carlsson. Anders Carlsson has disappeared. There is Hopkins. There is Kenny Mckinstry.
Kenny Mckinstry looks in a bit of trouble there. No, I just saw him go out of shot, but he manages to hold it. Hopkins still trying. Mckinstry is right up with Hopkins, look, Bill. He really is driving superbly. The experienced rally man.
There is Mckinstry. Meanwhile, there's the leader. There is Hopkins. Where is Kenny Mckinstry?
There's
There he
Mckinstry.
is.
He's driving a superb race. It's still about times in this part of the series. The Metro 6R4 is looking for any way round he can possibly find, but McKinstry solemnly balks him at every point, gets the power down. The Metro is going to have a nudge and a wing, but still McKinstry isn't fazed by that, and McKinstry bravely goes for the chicane. Absolutely superb.
And Hopkins there had an almighty moment. He was right with Pekka Rantanen, and meanwhile McKinstry also catching, and Hopkins is out. Hopkins has dropped back. I don't know if he's pulling off, but he's certainly dropped back a long way, and in fact Trevor Hopkins has pulled out. So McKinstry for Ireland in 2nd place.
And very sad news for Great Britain this, because it means Finland had closed the gap by an enormous advantage. Pekka Rantanen taking 1st place here, by my calculation, Bill, will put Finland back into 1st place over Great Britain, and Kenny Mckinstry here in 2nd place will do no harm whatsoever to Ireland's chances. Kenny Mckinstry keeping at bay the might of the Norwegian Metro 6R4. Can he make it to the flag? Oh, the Metro 6R4 finally finds a way round the car of Ken Mckinstry, and is he going to stop it before the corner? He looks as if he wasn't going to for a minute. Well, that was a fine drive from Kenny, really keeping a far more powerful car at bay right until the very last minute.
And they're now coming forward, number 31, Olle Arnesson. Colin, this must be a superb race there with Olle Arnesson, the Swedish ace, and Mark Renison, the British champion, and of course, yes, number 12, Matti Alamaki in that fabulous Lancia.
What a treat for the crowd, and what a treat for us on Screen Sport, because here we have 3 types of motor car, 2 European champions and a British champion. Now there's the Audi Golf 4-wheel drive, 16 valve, number 46 of Robert Brecken from Belgium. Inside him we have Thor Holm from Norway.
And we also have in this one Torsten Arons, who was the one that jumped the tyres, Colin, earlier in the other Golf.
It survived that, has it? My goodness me, I'm impressed with that. But this man, Matti Alamaki, was European champion last year. Reckoned he was going to win it with this superb X-Factory Lancia this year, but had to give best to Seppo Niittymaki. Now, the problem is, Bill, that this man, Mark Renison, on whom all British hopes rest, is down on power considerably compared with the others. I don't think he's going to make it into the first corner. He's going to have to give best to the two supercars in front of him, and then overtake.
Arnesson has already beaten this man, Matti Alamaki, in the last race. Let's see what happens here. Will Renison try and hold his advantage, or will he wait? No, he seems to be going for it, but Matti Alamaki there blocking Renison. Arnesson on the outside.
There's no doubt as who they're afraid of, seeing how they blocked out Rennie there. But Mark is certainly in second place, and a good second place. He's forced him out. Can he do it? No, he can't do it there. Yes, he can. Take some of that. Young Mark Renison has learned how to drive this car in no uncertain terms. He just shrugs aside the European champion, ex-European champion.
And you could see there, Colin, how those body panels really do take the impact, because you just cannot see it on the front of Renison's car. And he did hit that Lancia fairly hard, didn't he?
Oh, he just gave him a little nudge, Bill.
Well,
that's all in the spirit of the sport. But as you say, these Kevlar panels, they've got a knack of remembering their position. And Arnesson is coming up past Alamaki. Arnesson is challenging Alamaki again. So Renison, we hope, is a way for Britain to... Oh, and now Alamaki enjoys a little jump over those foot-high curves, trying to keep away Arnesson. Holm is right up there with Arnesson as well. It's a race for second place as young Mark Renison, having got past... There, 65 has tried it again. Once again, John Christensen of Denmark tries to jump the tires, but this time he hasn't got a Porsche to launch himself off. It's a red flag. It's had to stop. That's a tragedy. Mark Renison's going to have to do it again.
Well, Colin, that's the other Golf this time that tried to go over the tyres. It was Torsten Arens before that tried it for Germany. This time the Danish driver has attempted it, but the tyres obviously didn't give. Rerun of the earlier race that had to be stopped when one of the Golfs attempted to vault the tyres for a second time. On the front of the grid, Mark Renison.
And Renison has got to beat this man in the red Lancia again, who gets a cracking start. Renison also goes off like a tornado. I don't know where he found the power for that, Bill. He went straight into the lead and didn't need to elbow aside the former European champion.
Well, the first time he went off in this race, he had to find some way round number 12 there, Matti Alamaki, right at this point. This time, of course, he made sure of getting into the lead as they came off the line, made the best of his inside position, and he's away. Let's see if he can hold him off, because right behind Matti Alamaki is the Swedish ace, Olle Arnesson.
Look, Renison isn't caring about Alamaki behind him. This man is going for a time. He really is putting everything into it. Arnesson's going through inside Alamaki, but can't quite make it, has to back off. Tries again that alternative bit of circuit, gets the power down.
This is where he did it
Arnesson from Alamaki. Arnesson gets the power down into the chicane. Powers it through. Renison's going to have to go some to keep this man at bay. Look at that superlative slide round the corner. Renison's giving it absolutely everything. He's definitely going only for time with his underpowered engine, having blown up his best racing engine in practice. He's got an advantage now of perhaps 4 car lengths. Look inside the cockpit, everything is happening. The guy's really whizzing around that wheel, changing his gears fast, absolutely everything he can do. And Alamaki is back up on Arnesson's tail. Alamaki does not like giving ground. Here are 2 people who have won the European Championship.
Well, Arnesson beat Alamaki in the last race. Alamaki really doesn't like it, having the Quattro in front of him for a second time. That Lancia really should be out in the lead by now. It was absolutely storming around this circuit today. But there he is, down in 3rd place.
And not looking as if he can do anything about Arnesson to me. Look at that fantastic slide from the young superstar Mark Renison. No answer to it from these former European champions.
You can see there the way that Alamaki's front wheels turn from one lock to the other, keeping that car absolutely on the limit, sliding beautifully. But there is Olle Arnesson, the man in 2nd place. Can he do anything about Mark Renison? Mark Renison determined to take those points back for Britain, because we do need them after John Welsh having spun earlier.
And of course Arnesson doing us a favour here, because Oh, my, you are making my heart pulse. Arnesson keeping the Finn one pace further back, which gives another point for Great Britain. I don't really think Alamaki's taking very good lines there, Bill. He is jumping the curves all the time. That's not the quick way.
The Swede and the Finn both going very slow around some of these corners compared to Renison, who right on cue. I mean, he must have been going totally sideways into that corner.
I'm dying 1,000 deaths watching him. He's absolutely brilliant, but I've 1 inch too much on this, and he's going to be round and emulate John Welsh's spin. Look at him working away in the cockpit there. This really is the discovery of the year, this young man. Won every round of the British Rallycross Championship to make himself British champion, but has not done so well against the Scandinavians in European racing.
Not at all. Alamaki there, still in third place, appears to have given up the chase. There's no way he's going to catch Olle Arnesson, let alone the leader. There is the leader, Mark Rennison, coming through, takes the checkered flag. Another very good win, and certainly much appreciated points for the British team. Second place Olle Arnesson, third Matti Alamaki in the Lancia, fourth Thor Holm in the RS 200.